Yo, welcome back everybody to EAL Season 2 Group C match this evening once again, and we are going to be seeing Stigma Stigma as the last match. Let me sort out the HUD real quick. Well, we are going to be seeing TC Esports. I'm not sure what's going on with the HUD right now, please do excuse me. Bear with me just 2 seconds, I'm not sure what's going on with that. Yeah, but TC versus you today. Honestly, there we go. I think the HUD's fixed. Is it? Sorry, just trying to sort it out whilst are we sorted? Are we sorted now? Yeah, that looks sorted. Sorry about yeah, a little bit of on the fly editing there, but I will be co-casting with Blaze today.
Hello there.
Already in the action, Sonny actually trying to pick onto mid-ramp. Isn't going to be finding anything from that though. Taken out, but Zai already finding 2 now. Leaves it in a 3-on-3 battle for the A side. Just Dave left now to try and prevent this, but I'm not sure if he's actually... Oh, I think he's alive now. I think he crashed or something there.
Yeah, so 2 players trying to retake us. 1 player has to retake, that's Hawk, but he will be taking down. As VersusYou will be the first to pick up a round. This round a little bit weird to see that at least. That the CT side would be holding back and then the CT side would go and push around. But in the end it worked for VersusYou. And, well, TC's was going for Pistol Boy.
Yeah, certainly do. 3 CZs, P250 invested, only a USP onto Sonny as well, so a little bit weaker there, but nonetheless, still quite a hefty amount of utilities. Early smokes though, that's not going to favour them. And really need to play out this slow push from VersusYou. They know they're on that weaker buy, of course, coming into the second round. Don't really need to start wasting utility just yet. They haven't actually pushed anywhere. Still stuck in mid right now, VersusYou. Not really going for much.
I think VersusYou are waiting for some aggression from TC Esports, as 1 player has been pushed up on the banana. He could be very much surprised as he's been pushing in right now. He gets 1, but it gets immediately traded. There's been a 4 versus 4, and there's still 2 players towards B. Rotation is already coming in. The bomb's making its way on banana. But then we'll change their mind and maybe even go for a little fake on B, and then wait towards A.
Yeah, only Billy remaining in apps actually on the A site, so if they do sneak up mid, could be quite an issue. He's not going to be able to find anything if they don't approach the apps position, so that early frag onto it if they do rotate, but not looking to do so. Stebby already finds Z. He is making an entry, but that's the A site clear now. Billy does hear footsteps, pushes out onto mid, but going to be traded out. And now all down to Sony and Hawk, but they'll be able to find anything from this. 2 versus 3 though. Mac 10 in the hands of Hawk. No armor to work with though. Does have a Molotov as well. Could keep someone at bay at least, but not really any utility to come into this.
Yeah, Sonny, well, maybe he can find an exit frag. Hog, he has a Molotov, but not holding the prettiest angles in the world, as the afterplant's positions are actually really good in favor for VersusYou. I think Hog is in a very weird position. The moment he pushes out or wants to go push out, yeah, Furious has already seen him. He will be taking him down. And Sony's the one left alive. Has a Mac 10, has a C-set, and well, saving that into the next round. Maybe grinding up some more money. Getting 1 more exit frag will be ideal, but he's not able to find it as VersusYou getting their 2nd round. Sony saving the Mac 10, but well, does it come in handy into the next round? Maybe it does, but let's see. We'll take the kills with it as Billy picks it up.
Yeah, if he takes us into apps though, potentially some frag potential there for him. Normally you do see some quasi kind of buys coming out into apps on Inferno. You can always get a Mag 7 up there, but he's actually going to go on top of Shat with that, and that's a little bit interesting. Yes, you've got that close boiler position, but these AKs are going to absolutely shred him if they do push through and check that position. He's going to have absolutely no chance. So, but stacking this short position right now, only Z, and he's already heard the footsteps of Monster. Whether he finds a frag, he does actually back away from this. He's going to be calling now to the rest of TC, but still no rotation, only hearing 1 player. More footsteps though. Surely at some point they do start to rotate out. Potentially denied.
Get one, but nope. He gets denied by Furious as now 4 players need to make their way towards the B-bomb site as 5 players already are set up in there and already hunting the players. Want to get some kills. And, well, they're all gambling on getting an extra frag from Banana, but Billy just doesn't get the timing, gets sandwiched as 2 players are killing him. It's only Hog left alive as P2K. He needs to find a kill to get maybe an AK out of the hand. Stabby is there holding it, but he has a perfect angle and shoots his head right off as it's 3-0. And now TC Esports is finally able to buy.
Yeah, do invest the AWP onto Sunny as well. He's not going to have any utility whatsoever though, and really kind of shoddy buy in that sense, but still 4 smokes on the board, 2 Molotovs onto Z and Hawk as well. Still somewhat to use, but very early utility usage from TC, and that doesn't always favour in some situations. Buy rounds, yes, sometimes it does prevent, you know, your AWPs kind of peeking common positions, but really been using it quite quickly. Sonny misses a shot there, going to get found as well. A great shot from Stabby to find that. Nearly evades him, but eventually found. And now Hawk trying to find something from that return, but already Billy standing in the Molotov, can't get away from that. 31 HP now for him, and another one on Banana.
Yeah, it's 3 versus 5 now. Only Furious has been tagged up. They have so much room, and then Hog just pushes in a weird angle towards the app. He should have known that they were taking control towards the apps, and he pushes for it. But Billy actually getting 1 kill, but it's already Stabby dead to trade in. And there's only Sai left alive, and he is coming from Banana. 3 players to find. There's already 1 player has put a position in CT. 1 in apps. He's planting the bomb, and Sai should be found here by Monster pretty soon, as he does. And VersusYou just getting way too many easy kills on the side of TC Esports.
Yeah, really. Peeking some peculiar angles right now, TC. Doing some very, very strange things. Just not really all that knowledgeable as it seems right now, but nonetheless, still potential. Only 4 rounds down. Obviously this round definitely favouring VersusYou, so that's an extra one, potentially the 5-0, but they can pick up the round after this, then there still is potential for a decent half for TC, but they need to start stepping up now. They need someone to be explosive, try and find frags. As already Banana control slowly inching towards VersusYou favour though, but both Dave and Z still holding out, but just kind of baiting in right now VersusYou as they do move that bomb towards mid. And still no frags found for either side here. Definitely TC making the smarter plays, gaining them close positions, but no real aggression from them.
No, VersusYou is just holding it perfect on default, just grinding up a little bit. Now the double P comes in on TC Esports. Not able to find anybody as they get immediately, as Sonny tries to make a play, maybe through the smoke, gets flashed in, but there's 3 players holding his angle. He's not able to find anything, as Billy is still on side, but gets flashed, but is able to find 1, but gets immediately traded, and now 4 people are onto the B-bomb site. The only one left alive is Hog, and he is on Banana, waiting, seeing if he can get maybe a kill, maybe a gun out of the hands of VersusYou to take into this next round.
Yeah, it would really help, in fact, if he can find one, and he has the potential. He could find the orb, and Stobbian certainly does so, but not going to be able to recover that. Really does find that onto Monster, though. Quite the headshot there. Didn't think he'd actually find that. Surely a trade, but...
It is insane. Just using the P250, getting the first one was okay, and then getting the second one at least. I think also was a messy up spray with a guy he got there, and I think that was Monster, who couldn't really get the angle on him. But now a buy back onto TC Esports, as Dave has the op. Let's see if he is able to get an op battle going, as a boost comes in 1 more time towards short, as Hog has been boosted up on to the roof. As well, they hold up a very different kind of position as most teams would hold it on towards the A-bomb set, as they put 3 players towards the shore area instead of putting 1 towards balcony and 1 towards long. As VersusYou just holds a passively angle, just holding default. See if TC Esports want to peek in anything, but TC Esports want to actually grind out some more minutes or seconds and let them come to them.
Yeah, like you say, very peculiar A-hold, you know. You're unsure. You kind of pinted there, you know. You've got balcony to deal with. Billy watching that, though. If any of these play... Well, you still got... Actually, you could lose at least one there. Potentially the Shaq player, but if one falters that's on the lower level, especially Billy watching balcony, then you've lost 3 players in a matter of seconds, and pretty much that's the round done and dusted.
Yep.
Really strange stuff, but Zai actually trying to go for the smoke play. This hasn't worked out for them so far. He's just awaiting that. Does find one onto Monster as he pushes through towards the site, but still up in the face of VersusYou. That Molotov going to be cancelled out by the smoke. That's wasted. Going to be eventually traded out. And now rotations start to come in early. And again, Sonny trying to go through the smoke, but everyone already watching that angle.
Big God through the smoke, able to find Dave as 2 players are left alive. TC Esports wanted to hold that, but then too much chaos went too quickly. If also saw people going through smokes when the T's were already in towards site, as Billy has found 1 player. He needs to find more with Hawk to get into this bomb site. They need to find the kills pretty soon as the bomb has been ticked so far. Billy gets 1 more. He goes for the 3rd, but is not able to find him. Mid-God is getting his 2nd, as Hog maybe has to think about saving because the bomb has been going on too far. And it will be a 6th round to VersusYou, and TC Esports not really getting any momentum into this match.
Just very strange and peculiar actions from them, you know. Just very strange setups. It's something that, yes, they're going all in and trying something different, and that's always nice and refreshing to see, but nothing's working out for them right now, and it's kind of where you got to evaluate in a sense, you know. You need them start round IGL calls, just say, come on lads, let's just play the default, not really do anything peculiar this round, and just try default, see what happens, and see what we can really accumulate from that. But again, actually,
this I like actually. Like holding 3 people with apps, see if you can get 1 guy out of there, get a gun back, and then see if you can hold up a site, as Hawk still has the M4. This could work out if VersusYou are deciding to check up apps. But at this moment they're just holding a default, so nothing going on yet.
Throughout these group stages, I've talked a lot about these kind of M4 buys. If you save it, Hawk does find it, improves it there. It can work so dominantly. You plant 1 on the site, and it's so perfect for Inferno. You can really hold B down if you're a strong fragger. Really, you do need the aim, but yeah, it can work out in your favour. But 1 traded out onto Dave now, and I think they can find any more. Zine certainly not going to be able to. Head taken clean off there. Or trying for more, but only worth 1. Now just Billy and Sonny remaining. They do approach towards the A side VersusYou. Billy finds 1, can't make the 2nd now. And Sonny actually wrapped around them. Spots out Stebby as well, but going to fall away from the smoke. The smarter play there. Tries to recover his position.
Well, Stabby should have known he would maybe or go for long or go for the balcony play, and he actually checks up long, so now he probably knows he will come from balcony as the bomb has been planted for Stabby. He can check up every single angle and then sees him and misses his shot. So he now has to go for Sonny. He's checking for the bomb, but it's not on the default spot. Stabby has a good position, able to take him down as he's way too smart for Sonny. And then it's over, and already 7 rounds on the board for VersusYou Esports. They're dragging this out to the bitter end.
Certainly are. And double AWP setup now coming for TC. We've seen triple AWPs, we've seen quad AWPs throughout these group stages. So, and they've actually seemingly worked. You know, Inferno does lend itself to them double AWP setups, and well, not going to work for Sonny as he gets taken down very early on by Fluff, and really now all down to Dave. That investment is so hefty, you know. You're kind of hitting near a 10k threshold just on weapons alone. Not mind you counting in armor and utility with that. So a lot of investment in players, and so far hasn't worked out for Sunny. All down to Dave on B though to prevent this push.
Yeah, he has to hold a close angle when the moment the nades comes in, and I think also the flashes, he will be fully blind. He needs support from his teammate the moment they come in. They're taking their sweet time at VersusYou, so... Oh, run boost coming in, stabby. Yes, and he hits it on Dave as he goes for the second, but Sai is there to go and trade it back as counter utility comes in, but I think Midgard, yes, he has squeezed himself through there. As now the rotation has come in, and VersusYou need to get the plan. As still 2 players have to already contest this bomb site. How far are they going to do it? Zai is going to get another boost up, see if they can push it through towards the smoke. But this specific moment they don't want to go for anything, but Billy finds Furious Sam. As, well, Zai has seen 1 player, but do they know when Midgard's playing in towards Dark? Fluff is getting the first one. Is he getting the second? No, Billy is there to trade, and Billy getting the third. As he's also getting the defuse in the first round for TC Esports finally. And a very nice effort there with the run boost from VersusYou Esports.
Very, very skilled team right now. They know what's happening. They know where TC are playing. They've got the read and the beat on them. Certainly not letting anything slip through the net right now, VersusYou. Checking absolutely everything, even when them smokes are down. They're aware no smoke is a wall. Very common motto. CS going well. A lot of players forget, and certainly TC forgetting that as such. Just pushing through them smokes and not really finding all that much from it. And again, boosting up there, Dave, and really TC trying out a lot of different things really with these boosts. They've had a lot of opportunities with them, not been able to really find any of such yet, but if they can start to make them work, it could really put VersusYou off. And unfortunately, Dave just misses the head there. Not going to be able to find it. He's going to repeat actually.
Oh, he actually finds it on set as, well, nothing there to be traded. As they go instantly back to the B-bomb site, and that's the best thing to do as well. Get the advantage, go back to the bomb site, hold your angles, don't do anything fancy, and see if VersusYou is going to make another mistake when they have to do this with 4 players. The bomb is still towards Ram, they have 50 seconds to work with, as 2 players are towards B and 2 players towards A. As Dave is been baited out, Sai is a smoke and a nade, does a little bit of damage, and the smoke will force them back. And maybe that would even give them the decision towards to go and take the A-bomb site, as they do. And still 3 players on A from the CT side, as they now forces through. Sonny getting tagged, that's Billy also getting Molotov, smoking himself to prevent any more damage, as Sonny gets the first frag. Hawk in a good position to be finding the first frag. He knows that the second is there, as Billy has his support. TC Esports playing a bit weird, but it works out finally for them.
Yeah, we've talked about these weird setups from them so far, and finally does actually work out in their favour. Hawk there, very good awareness to get just so close in that short position to Haybale to really press the T's as they push through, and a very great awareness to start actually checking other positions whilst he's there. So great play from him, does kind of prevent anything from VersusYou, but already bottling it towards the A side, all down to Billy and Sonny to try and deny this, but both in a very similar position. Not really all that control either. They're very, very exposed. And as soon as one's noted, the second is as well. But Billy already finding fluff now. Not going to be able to find anything else though. Hawk traded out on Library, and Sonny unfortunately can't land the spray. And Billy also found, as I say, VersusYou leaving no stone unturned. All down to Dave now. He's just going to have to save that up.
Yeah, it's VersusYou just thought, okay, well, this is slow. Default rounds are not working anymore. We lost 2. Okay, let's change it up. Play a very aggressive AK round. And they did. They found, well, they only traded 1 person, and they just found the kills pretty easily. As then the rotation needed to come in. Dave is has an up, but he needs to go and save. He can never clutch it. 1 versus 4. As TC Esports was very much surprised they would go for a very, very fast run up towards A.
certainly really off-putting for TC there. You know, you see Sonny and Billy just kind of bottle it into the side, try and escape anything. They don't really aggress towards it, and that's where your three-man holds are needed. You need that kind of aggression towards it. You can't let anything through the net. Banana, yes, you can allow them to get that control and work the site, but A is a different beast, and already Dave can't find anything. Zai does find one onto mid guard, but nothing else coming out from Nan already. Monster finds Hawk and Sunny in the rotation, leaving Billy in a 1 versus 4 situation, but already being hunted by Monster right now. And eventually does get found, leading VersusYou 9-2.
VersusYou playing it so perfectly okay, well, we know we have worked a very aggressive strat towards A. Now we know their eco. Let's do a very aggressive strat towards B. We know they were on pistols. They could stack it, but we have never seen them doing it. So let's just try it. They did. Found only 2 players, getting an easy bomb site as Furious gets already a Kobe and Honk, who thought maybe absolutely a good idea, and they thought, hey, well, maybe aggression will work, but he has no teammates to work with as Zai gets fully unflashed. Still in not a great position as Monster pushed through, getting the kill. As these esports are really not connected to the server, as they're not playing on their best game yet.
Yeah, and already they have to plant, well, pre-plant position right now, in fact, from Fluff. He's got the awareness, stays on the ramp, and just allows Monster and Midgard to push through CT, really press him, and just look at the isolation already. It's like a wave moving across the map. So well played by VersusYou in these situations to really give TC Esports no room on the map and deny them of any sort of retake. Even in these where they are just hunting, they're so coordinated though. Stebby does fall out of position, does get found, but fortunately for Billy Killer there, not able to find Fluff. Leaves him on 15 HP. And leaves VersusYou 10-2.
Yeah, TC, I don't know what they're doing. Like, okay, yeah, maybe a little bit of aggression towards Banana, or even challenge Banana would be a great thing to get the first opening pick, or at least not give him Banana. But going there alone with a weird smoke and 1 flash, and then not even able to trade yourself, which is very weird. As Dave again wants to go for a setup to spot out, but here's a step, gets immediately ganged up as well. The CTs are doing the same thing, but Stabby is there with a double kill. Grinding out some kills, but Hong has been picked up, and AK in the meanwhile, and he is desperately to save it. But Stabby is there and says no, and makes it 11-2 VersusYou, just slaughtering TC Esports here on Inferno.
It's almost like VersusYou, they're just hungry dogs right now, and the pack is certainly hunting TC. Just no control whatsoever over the map. You're that CT side, you need that kind of control, that premise of push them into where you want them, play them outside of the sites, but TC really not able to find anything at all, and already Banana control given away. Dave does recover though onto Midgard should I say, sorry. And that does deny them. That smoke really slows things down, but already VersusYou looking to get going with that Molotov. Not going to really be able to push through though. Certainly not making the large mistake that TC have throughout this CT half of them and pushing them smokes and trying risky plays really. That's been the narrative of TC Esports throughout this match so far. And this half, just really risky stuff and only working out in favour of them for 2 rounds. Like, you can't even say that the majority of rounds have been close and it's just been unfortunate in the latter stages. It's just been an utter domination from VersusYou. Just no control whatsoever for TC.
There's also counter-utility. The B push example was really weird. The moment they knew they were throwing nades, they could even go for a counter flash to just get an early aggression. At least they get the kill, but let's say they would go for an instant flash. You will be in a very weird position. But now Sonny does a great work shutting down a push towards a bomb site. As they were forcing up towards long archers. As now Furious Sam has been eager to clear here the A-bomb site, but Billy's in a good position. The moment they go for the plant, Billy can get the planter down and maybe even getting the second kill. As they're clearing the full EA bomb site. Now TC Esports knows where they're going, but Billy has been found. As Dave is able to trade. He's now the only stabby left alive. 24 HP left on him. He knows where both players are. One short, one long. He goes for the first, but Dave is there. He's able to make it end. TC Esports getting their third round. Well, in the end, TC Esports is able to recover.
Yeah, it was looking uncertain almost, you know. You had Dave pushed into library, and personally, I'm not one for that position. Really, really not nice. And when you're coming out in there, you know, out of there onto the site, you're so exposed from so many different areas, and you've just got to try and pick one, try and get something from it. It's almost like pot luck almost, but Dave does manage it as VersusYou. Kind of a little oversight from them to not keep holding that, but nonetheless, straight into this round anyway. And again, actually Hawk boosted up into Boiler. There's no real need for this boost, you know. You can just sit on the stairs. Yes, you're going to be closer towards them, but it doesn't actually give you any sort of advantage. And you've got two players stuck there now, and just look at it. We're now aware of two positions players already, but does actually work out for one to Stabby. Hawk goes to the second, does find it onto Fluff as well. So it does go in their favour, but again, risky plays from them right now, TC.
Best thing of TC that they're doing now, okay, they got the first frags. They're leaving their normal position, taking other positions up, and only Billy, he is the smartest one, because he doesn't really move at all. He holds the same position, because the T thinking, okay, maybe he moved, but he never moved at all, so have to go into him. He gets the first kill. Now Monster's like, okay, well, I have to clear a position. He can get another position, and it brings it to 2 versus 5, and VersusYou Esports are in a very difficult position right now to get into bomb site, as Monster is pushing up, but will be found by Billy, as Billy goes for the third and is able to bring the 4th round to TC Esports. But VersusYou Esports looking way too strong here on Inferno.
Certainly are. It's really finding rounds right now, TC, when Billy steps up. He's the fragger and he's the man to try and take rounds, but pretty much everyone else on TC doing some interesting things. But yeah, Billy definitely the fragger, and that's what VersusYou are pressing. You can see them as soon as they're aware of his position. If he gets one frag, obviously they're going to go for the trade, but they even hunt him further. They're very, very smart and coordinated. They're not really allowing anything through their grasp, just really, really pressing the players that they need to and the positions that they need to, and well, the scoreline presents that. And as we said before, these rounds have not been close that they've won. It's been utter domination throughout. Yes, there's been one or two that have been slightly close, but really overall it's just been an utter domination from VersusYou. Really, really rough for TC right now.
Well, TC going for that setup with 2 smokes, 2 flashes, and 2 nades, which means they also want to get some banana control. As 3 players make their way towards them, and they use the nades to clear apps, and they find Stabby, who goes for the peek in towards apps. As now 2 players immediately rotate towards the A-bomb site, as there's only 1 player there. But TC Esports playing it very passively, now picking up the bomb. Still having the utility to make any setup work. They can go towards A, they can go towards B, as the nades will go towards A. Flashes as well, as it looks like a fake, and in the end they will make their way towards B, as it now will be a wraparound. Dave pushing in, but Furious Sam is here to go against it. Billy will be found, but also 1 player has been pushed through, and that is Dave in a very good position as they now push through towards the B-bomb site.
Oh, Sonny does catch Monster as well. Hawk finding another one to main guard. So, really, TC played this extremely well. Had Dave push around through CT, and it's worked so greatly for them. And really just pinching the B side of VersusYou, you know, that control of Fluff, though, does find one onto Sonny. That's an opening at least. But will they be aware of Dave there? Certainly are as well, as he finds a crisp headshot onto him. But in fact, still Zai, I'm not sure what's going on. Was that a timeout for TC? I actually can't see the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah, that's the time of TC. Is Fluff is 1 versus 1. He knows what Hawk is, and well, the bomb has been going too far. He has to kill Hawk now as one player. It's been timed out, but the bomb is way too far. As Hawk played it perfectly, and gives the round in the end to TC Esports, even with a man down. But VersusYou already looking sharp coming into the CT side.
Yeah, definitely. But TC there, you know, yeah, Dave having to just back away there, just wait on that. It's always a shame when someone does disconnect, you know. You've got to be adaptable, and you have a matter of seconds to really evaluate the situation and what you're doing. It's just perfectly played from TC. Just play the time as always, but yeah, definitely great play from them to try and save that round, and certainly do so, but 5-11, still a hell of a lot of work for TC to do. These rounds aren't enough. They need more. They need that succession through onto the bye rounds as well. You can't just keep going off the back of these rounds that they have already found. So more is needed, but it's a start at least.
Well, they're getting the pistol round. They can get force up maybe 2 more rounds, and then the real work comes in as they have to go against a rival round. VersusYou could do a lot of damage with the pistols, as they're buying into nades as well, which I see 3 HEs coming in, which could do a nade stack towards Banana. And well, we've seen it time and time again, which many teams fall for it as they rush up Banana, getting nade stacked. Then one player dies, the rest get tags up, and then the pistols are easy peasy work to pick you off. We're still waiting till one player gets back into the server. It was a timeout, but on the rest of the notes we don't know.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's actually going on now. I don't think I've been messaged by anyone either. So yeah, don't really have much of an idea to what's happening, but hopefully we'll be into the 17th round in just a second. But whilst we just wait, we can kind of evaluate this game a lot, you know, from TC on. The first half was just tremendously awful, really, for them, you know, and like we said, you can't really put it down to, you know, just, you can have games where they have massive score lines, and you can put it down to, okay, they played well, but, you know, just the better team won in the end of them rounds, where it comes close, and the last few seconds are the crucial plays, and it just doesn't happen for them, and then 1v1s, but like we've been saying, VersusYou just utter domination. But yeah, definitely TC coming better on into this T side, but like I say, definitely got to continue the form. So will be interesting to see what happens, and I'm wondering how they're going to actually set up off the back of this now. You know, they buy out a Galil UMP as well, so it'll be interesting to see how the utility works, because on the CT side it wasn't all that great as such. Very, very early usage, and didn't give them that much room into the later rounds, so hopefully they can kind of nail that on T side.
Yeah, well, they go for 2 AKs, which is very interesting, as they also bought up a Galil. I would have probably seen 1 AK, get 1 more guy in an SMG, then the other guy could maybe go for a pistol and go for early money and get some AWP potential, but at this moment I don't think TC Esports are thinking about getting an AWP. They're thinking about getting more rounds.
Yeah, definitely.
As they will go for 2 SMGs and then 1 Galil and 2 AKs. As they have the utility to work with as well, they could go for either bomb site, fast or slow, that doesn't matter. VersusYou has nades as well and put up pistols. Also Fluff has a kit, so it could maybe a very interesting tool coming up into this game. So let's see, as nade stack will come in towards Banana, and the players will catch it as Hawk has been tagged up to 5 HP. As I just told you guys, nade stack towards Banana is likely to come in when you go into the second round on Inferno.
Yeah, so much early damage done. You might as well almost count that frag towards VersusYou. Hawk with a Galil, he's not got that one-shot potential. He hasn't got the AK. So, not really worth the investment for him because he's basically a done player now, you know. He may get lucky and find a frag, but in the majority of situations, you're just going to see him get instantly fragged. And especially how good VersusYou are playing right now, it wouldn't really shock me if that would be the case versus these pistols. Single shot would do the trick of any of these. So, but a very slow round right now. Nothing really happening. TC aware of the damage that has been inflicted and aware that they've most likely forced through this.
Well, Midgar in a very good position. If he peeks out, he gets the first one. He can go for the second. He sprays through and he gets the second as well. Fluff helps him as well, as 3 players has all been taken out from TC Esports that just talked about. You are getting down by so many pistols. Don't underestimate him as Billy tries to make a play going through the smoke. As Zai is trying to do play as well, but Midgar coming out with the AK that he picked up as Zai peeks in through 3 players, and VersusYou is picking up that pistol by round.
Well, TC, just look at the economy as you were talking about them AK buys, you know, they're so hefty, and not only that, it doesn't just break your economy if you do lose that round, that could be said for any round, but you're giving so much advantage towards the opposite side if they do frag against them AKs. They can pick them up, and a side like VersusYou is going to make easy work with them. Already finding one onto Hawk on Banana as they do aggress towards their TC, but going to fall back. The smarter play from VersusYou, don't really need to aggress, already got the pick. Just don't allow them pistols to get all that close.
At this moment, VersusYou doesn't really show any respect towards TC Esports. They just won that round. They know, okay, well, they're on pistol buy. Let's try and force some frags towards Banana. They did. Then, well, Midgard got one. Then Monster was like, well, I can do that as well. But he failed in the end. And then Midgard was like, okay, well, just fall back and see what's happening. As Dave, they like boosting up over the smokes. As he tries to find one person, he sees one person, but then you let your precision be known as Midgar knows exactly where to spray. Flash comes in, but Molotov to counter them back as he will take everybody down. And it will be an ace from him. VersusYou Esports displaying it picture perfect.
Certainly, Midgard there finds the ace out of that round, and what a brilliant round it was from him. Certainly only brought into upgraded pistols, TC, but nonetheless that could have been dangerous, and does find that. And this team is so well practiced. They're very, very coordinated. You can see they've got set run boosts, especially on the B side. We haven't seen that on the A side, but there is a limited amount that you can use it. Obviously you can use it towards mid with AWPs, but they haven't really been making use of that. And already TC lost to Fluff, but do actually have the plant potential now. Bomb going to be perceived to be planted, but Billy in a bit of a tricky position. Does
Hawk actually getting 2 kills. That is getting good position, but knows, well, getting into those players who already have sight is nothing for me. I will save this M4 and maybe potentially going to make it 14-14 and 16-14, but a long way from that. As well, their buy round comes in right now. No AWP on their side, but an AWP on Stabby on VersusYou, as they have to defend against some T aggression, as the T's are looking for a setup. But Midgar pushing in, but Zai this time prepared and is able to take him down.
Stebby actually hasn't picked up this up all that much, but when he has done, he has found frags, and you know, TC did try a double up setup at one point actually, just for one round on their CT side, and lost both of them. So it's always risky investing that much, but when you've got a player like Stebby right now who's consistent with it, it's absolutely perfect. And even though they're such good riflers and so well coordinated, this all will help out. It's already trying to find something from long, but nothing really aggressive. And this is what I'm talking about. The utility usage is smart from VersusYou, and that's what was lacking on TC, as I said, in their CT half. Just very, very late game, like running down seconds on that time, and they make it difficult, and it makes for plays like that from Hawk, where you have to start pushing, and the shack position for Fluff does find him one on today, but enough in that smoke. Gonna deny Stabby. That was perfectly timed for TC. Leaves VersusYou though. 2 versus 3 now. Just Monster and Stabby. Do have the AWP to work with as well. Some potential from that, but both in the same position. Boost comes in as well, taking a piece out of TC's book by the looks of things, trying to boost over their smoke. Not going to have any vision though, it's too short to the side. That shot going to be missed as well. Spot one on Grave, I believe, as well. Isn't able to find it. Billy finds that. Does get traded out by Monster though. Does hear the footsteps of Dynamite, but just going to save that. Take the M4 and kit and armor into the next round. 6-14 though. TC only 2 rounds away for VersusYou though. Can actually take away from TC, and only 1 for TC that they can actually lose. And pause does come out. Not sure.
Yeah, I don't know why VersusYou is doing that, and maybe they actually something went wrong in communication.
Yeah, potentially. Maybe it's certainly not a buy case, you know. Midgard 10k there, Fluff 6k as well. There's no real worry about the buy. Yes, you're going to have a lack of utility.
Maybe it's about getting an AWP or not, as they would say. As you just said, like Stabby doesn't really pick it up that much, but is he confident? Yes or no? And then who are you not giving an M4? That was the question, I think.
Yeah, potentially. Like I say, he's consistent, but not a heavy fragger with it, you know. Does have 19 frags on the board, so it's consistent, but they've been majority rifle frags. And really, do you need to start investing into them kind of, you know, hefty buys when you're so strong on the rifles regardless? So yeah, potentially that's the reason for timeout, but this is a little bit too lengthy for that. They've already brought it out now, so maybe a different setup. They have the timeouts to work with, so might as well use them.
Yeah, maybe it's also another thing. They're talking about how it works, or what will work towards to play around the AWP.
Yeah, it could actually be TC though holding out on that. I can't actually see the chat unfortunately, but yeah, maybe TC actually taking this timeout to just kind of.
I think it's technical.
Is it? Oh.
Something's wrong. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Something has happened. I don't know. Mouse broke, headset fall off. I don't know.
Could have even fell off his chair. You don't know. There's all kinds of things, unlucky things. Oh, are we on? Oh, there we go. Cancel.
Yeah, on pause. There we go.
Never mind then. Nobody's fell off the chair. Yeah. Nonetheless, though, only 1 round away for VersusYou to take it to match point for them. TC, so much work to do. An 8-round difference, and not really found that much. A better T side for them, but not good enough so far. Really got to start stepping up right now. Hefty beat presence actually for VersusYou. Take 3 on that side, but the A side also working for them. Trades on the beat, but not in position. Hawk though does spot out Fluff. Not going to be able to find it though. Leaves Dynamite now. 1 versus 4. Best he can do here. Let's try for the plant. Maybe a frag as well, but whether there's potential for that is just a part of the unknown right now.
I don't know why TC didn't plan for this. They knew VersusYou wants to get that first pick, so I don't know why they would even challenge apps in that kind of way. Then they lost the first kill, then they wanted to trade. They got to trade towards Banana, but it is still pushed towards apps. Then, yeah, okay, there is an AWP. You would never really expect an AWP in towards the apps, but he still gets fragged there. And then, well, it goes for better to worse as Hawk is not able to get the kills, and then it's only Dynamite who is able to get Stabby though, and brings it to a 2 versus 1, as he has utility to smoke off people and getting into a better position, as he will now. And he also hears the double step towards long, so this could potentially be perfectly for him, as he needs to make his way towards short as well. throws a nade, and that maybe gives him away from which position he is taking, and that he is. But he's just in time, as now 2 players are not looking away. He gets the first one. Now he has to find a head, but he's not as serious. Furious Sam is the one to take it. Has a kit and makes it 15-6 match point for VersusYou Esports.
Very, very well played by Dynamite. Unfortunately, not good enough though. VersusYou. That nade, as you said, give away a lot of information to him, but really it was worth the play. He's so low HP on one of the CTs there, VersusYou. It was worth the try, but unfortunately didn't go his way. Dynamite already a hefty amount of damage dealt to him. The start of this round had already going to be traded as well. Just down to Sunny to try and control Banana. That smoke, though, not exactly great. Gives VersusYou a lot of room, but they're not actually going to take this. Just going to boost up instead onto the wall. Try and fire through the smoke instead. Don't really want to go become overzealous, really. You know, you get that 1 frag on Banana. You don't need to push the agenda even more. Just try and hold it at least. A very default A-site hold right now for the CTs. Nothing out of the ordinary. But TC is stacked up towards Apps, and they don't find early frags from this, Blaze. It really could become difficult for them. So they do try to take the A-site, but actually potentially moving out now.
Well, they have the nades, and they need to set up the nades before they get into the A-bomb site. Then pop flash one guy in to get at least short control. Then you're able to contest it 1 by 1. Get 2 players towards the balcony area, should be fine. As the balcony gets challenged, but Fluff has been taken down by Dave. As the first frag has been found, they know where the second player would be playing. As Sunny gets in, is also able to spot the third player, but only gets tagged up as 3 players are very low on TC Esports, but they're in the A-bomb site and have the plant down. Monster is the only one left alive, but Dave in a very good position. This brings it back 7-15. TC need to grind every single round back to them to make it into overtime. But TC Esports with a weird gamble coming in towards Apps and then stacking up that, then thinking better of it, using their utility to really progress it towards the side. It works perfectly for them, as VersusYou was not expecting it. And now the pistol buy from them. Let's see if they're able to do it one more time, stealing away a pistol round from TC Esports.
If they win off the back of this pistol round, it certainly does kind of finalise what a kind of game we've seen throughout this, really, of both halves. And Stebby going to be in a position to try to do something, but do go towards long, leaving it all down to Furious. But he's actually going to back away to Archies and through to CT, but in fact, TC wrap around the smarter play. Stebby, though, just find Dave and Apps, and now bomb plant not actually proceeding to be planted. That's give VersusYou quite a bit of time, a little bit delayed there, but nonetheless, plant is initiated now. 4 on 4. Stebby does find himself an AK scavenged off the body of Dave, but he's going to be smoked out now, and he's got to move position. He doesn't have the time. That rifle needs to get to the right place, and the right place quickly. Monster already finding Dynamite. The smoke goes down, but Hawk trying for more. 2 versus 2, but Billy and Sunny do find the round 8-5, and as you said, TC need to grind 7 more rounds out of this to take it to overtime. Whether they can do so, it's just another thing that will have to be seen throughout this match. We've seen some peculiar plays from TC, so maybe a peculiar comeback on the cards for them.
VersusYou almost had a great position. The moment they knew there was Apps and had the utility to get them back was just putting a little bit out of their plan, as well. They're pushing through and towards mid. Want to get the round over with, as they only have USPs to work with. Only 3 kills picking up Migon in a very weird position. Maybe able to pick up anybody. He thinks one person, that's Sunny, but nothing has to be set up as he instantly gets taken down with an headshot. as only Furious Sam is the one left alive, and he is in graveyard.
Yeah, maybe assuming that I don't know what's actually going on. I'm assuming that he's actually AFK right now, seemingly. You know, you've got the USP, you've got nothing to save, you just go for these. Oh, he's back. I'm assuming he took a little bit of a hiatus there. That's my only prediction on that one, but does eventually come back. Sure.
I think maybe he was thinking, okay, well, they want to hunt this, they want to get a kill, they want to grind some more kills, so maybe he can knife somebody. But
yeah, potentially does find one to Dave, though. Right, the headshot there. Not able to find Billy, though, as he does find himself a 3k there. And now 9-5 to TC. They do start to come back into this, but VersusYou got the economy to buy into this. Not going to have all the utility that they probably want across all the players and the kits that they want, but still enough to work with. 4 smokes being brought out, and the other guys to really utilise that utility correctly. Midgard actually boosted up onto flower pots, so that's going to give them actually quite a nice hold. In fact, if they do set up the crossfire, could give them a lot of room to play with as well.
And the default position on both sides are pretty equal right now. As TC Esports want to get banana control, they have it, but they're not really committing towards anything. They're not forcing out any utility, they're not forcing out any peaks or information towards where VersusYou are playing, as 3 players have made their way towards A. But the A setup from VersusYou is pretty strong and, well, more or less pretty default.
Yeah, Stebby just trying to go for a peek there. Actually going to back away now. They do smoke long there, but the bomb yet to be picked up does just get picked up by Billy, in fact. And that actually is going to head towards Banana. This A fake, if they find a frag from this, but oh, could potentially, yeah, he's gonna, oh, doesn't, no, Stebby does rotate back around there, very strong awareness for that, and doesn't allow that to slip through the net. That could have been the crucial blow for this round for VersusYou there, if he just sneaked through without awareness of that actually occurring, could have really damaged that B-site hold. Here we go, smoke execute, coming in thick and fast now for TC. Do start to get some control, but Dave actually firing through onto Midgard. Now all down to Monster, only finds one onto Sunny though, leaves it in a 3 versus 3. Dave finds another one to Monster. Oh no, sorry, that's my bad, he found that through CT, but bomb is planted now, and CT's VersusYou kind of locked out of the side. Not by utility though, but these positions are strong. There you go, full flash, but no flash required for that one. And well, we're all going to see VersusYou Esports finally prevail and close it out. 16-9 over TC Esports, and a dragged out game. Wasn't expecting that for this second half, but eventually VersusYou do close it out and leads them now 2-0 in their Group C fixture. So we'll see them. I do believe they go to playoffs, but due to DT actually forfeiting from the tournament, it could become a tie situation. Oh no, it depends actually, but there is potential for an issue there. So I'm not